Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. And our coverage tonight will be coming to you from Detroit, where the Pistons will be going up against the Miami Heat. For Miami, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. Hey, we'll be keeping an eye on Andre Drummond tonight, 9th overall pick back in 2012 out of UConn. Shaq, he's still a very young big with a lot of room to grow.
He's an incredible offensive and defensive rebounder, Ernie, one of the hardest box-out assignments in the league since Dennis Rodman.
You know what, though? Last year he started taking some shots outside of the paint, which was surprising but good, opened up his game a little bit. But he's best when he's finishing at the rim.
That'll wrap it up for now. Let's go courtside, and we'll see you later.
Dang is not exceptional in any one area, but really doesn't have any weaknesses either. I think he's been one of the most complete small forwards over the past decade in the league.
Let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address his team. He laid out their priorities for them, which began with his admonition that offensively, they attack the basket at every opportunity. The other thing he stressed was the need to be disciplined on offense. He asked for good ball movement and good shot selection. Well, Coach not wasting any time in tweaking the game plan. We'll see if it makes a difference as we approach halftime, Kevin.
And thank you, Doris. Now here's Jackson. Can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Whiteside. Wade passes to Dragic. Whiteside a screen on Jackson. And it's Dragic with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, great defense. They anticipated the play and got there first.
And not afraid to put his body on the line either, Greg. He took a shot for the team in that situation.
Chris Bosh is checked in for the Heat. The Pistons have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Drummond a screen. Jennings kicks to Caldwell Pope. Drummond in the post. Whiteside's there. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. Drummond a bit of a disappointing season last year. Not so much in play, but people wanted to see a bigger leap from him. Now his numbers are still pretty jaw-dropping, but I think he's got so much there to give.
He has a lot of potential, Kevin. And listen, I don't think his play was bad. He just had such huge expectations to live up to. I mean, player development is not a straight line, and it would have been very hard to have him take another huge leap forward. Sometimes you have that sophomore jinx, but I'm expecting a big year from him this season.
Johnson, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. And Miami with a change here, too. Winslow's checked in. So he comes up empty at the line.
You know, for Drummond last season, his numbers were relatively the same. The expectations placed on him were so hard for him to live up to. Maybe now those will be tempered a bit and he'll play better.
Now here's Dragic. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Shot clock at 3. Rebound, Detroit.
Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very even.
Yeah, impressive effort from both on the backboard. And another thought on Drummond, a lot more was expected of him last year, and he saw more attention. Even though his numbers were close to the same, I really felt his impact on the floor was not.
The Pistons have missed both free throws they've attempted tonight.
One shot. Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That's good from Jackson.
And for Reggie Jackson, the league is going the right way in terms of his skill set. Everyone loves the guard who can shoot well enough to bust the zone as well as make plays for others and at the rim. And Jackson is that guy.
No one covering. Jennings has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Miami trailing. Dragic kicks to Winslow. Here's Bosh. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
And back and forth we go. That bucket gives us another lead change.
Too many of those to count. These teams have matched each other shot for shot, play for play. It has been impressive.
Now here's Jennings. Now here's Drummond. There's the screen. It's Jennings with the drive, and it's blocked by Whiteside. And here we go. Wade heading to the hoop. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here.
And for Wade, we often talk about his physical state. But what about the mental toughness? Here's a guy who's been playing in some kind of pain every game for the past few years, but he just keeps churning the butter, not wanting to let his team down.
Greg, you brought up the topic of Wade. He's had a chance to make several tough mental adjustments throughout his career.
Well, he's always been a guy willing to alter his game for the good of the team. That's why he's got those championship rings, Kevin. You've got to be flexible, not just talented.
Yeah, when Shaq comes in and joins him, then they had to change away when LeBron came in to play.
Great credit to him.
Yeah.
Great credit to him.
Very admirable. Well, Heat leading by 4. Some firepower, Clark, from this offense.
Yeah, Kevin, how about the air of confidence? I mean, they really look like they believe in what they're doing.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively. Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Here's Dragic. The rebound by Johnson.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
Yeah, at this level, you got to make that shot. It's plain and simple. You got to knock that one down.
Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut down to 3 on the bucket from Brandon Jennings. And we're through the first half of basketball here, and what's been a good one. Miami ahead, leading by 3. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, I'm with Eric Spoelstra, and obviously, Coach, some great work tonight on the defensive side of the ball. How does the team's defense play into your offense?
It just energizes us. We have an ignitable group, and that's how we play. So we have to continue to stay the course and try to keep them off the two-point line as best as we can.
Eric, thank you. Kevin, over to you.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. It was a closely contested first quarter for Miami. They kept at it on both ends of the floor, and at the end of the period, they had a slight deficit of 3 points. They played with more purpose in the second quarter and fought to turn an early deficit into a 3-point lead by the time we reached the break. Kenny, let's start with you. What'd you think about the Heat?
They were clearly a better shooting team. Their play calling and execution were on point. It wasn't a dominant performance, but you did get an idea of how efficient they can be. They'll need to continue that kind of shooting if they want to pull away in the second half.
Check. What'd you think about the Pistons?
Well, it was a huge first half for their bench, a.k.a. the others. Played pretty good. When you get a boost like this, it always gives the team a lift. And given how well the others are contributing, we'll probably continue to see more minutes for them in the second half. Starters or not, when players are producing, you got to ride them, cowboy.
All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it's just about time for the start of the third quarter.
And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Well, Heat leading by 3. Fans had a hard time finding their way to the stadium last season for the Pistons at the bottom in several home attendance categories last year.
Yeah, that's right in Auburn Hills.
I know.
I mean, they used to go a lot when they were winning championships. But to be fair to those fans, it was hard at times to watch the Pistons play. I mean, they could get cold and really struggle on their home floor.
Jennings and Caldwell Pope in the backcourt. Johnson is out there with Ilyasova. And it's Drummond in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Detroit right now. Here's Caldwell Pope, 6 on the shot clock. Puts it up from 15. Offensive rebound. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. They get Hassan Whiteside. And as usual, he's the one directing traffic out there, guys.
Hey, guys, he always has such a firm grasp of exactly what the game plan is. He's always talking, making sure that all 5 guys are on the same page.
The Pistons shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
Yeah, they're towards the bottom of the league there. Last season, they only shot about 70%.
And those aren't the kind of numbers they can afford to repeat throughout this season.
And both free throws good for Drummond.
And for the Pistons, a lot of their woes here at home were due to defense. I mean, their 18-23 home record comes from allowing too many good looks for their opponent.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
And the Pistons, how about starting out 2-13 at home? I mean, they did turn it around afterwards, going 16-10 to finish out the season. At least they seem to be headed in the right direction.
And Hassan Whiteside of Miami had the breakout year of all breakout years. Clark, he blew up in the right way last season. Averaged a double-double over 48 games.
Yeah, and great to see for Whiteside because he did have some issues prior to the breakout year. And it's nice to see him find his stride and produce with that awesome talent he has.
Now Dragic after the missed 3 from Stanley Johnson. Jennings against Dragic. The wide open look here for Bosch. That's it, coming off an assist from Dragic. Bosch has got the lead up to 6 now for Miami. Detroit's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight.
And talking about Whiteside, he isn't completely out of the woods yet. I mean, after a couple of ejections last season, his teammates publicly condemned his actions. They questioned his maturity, challenged him to be more reliable, and for the most part, he was after those incidents.
And you know, the thing about Whiteside, guys, when he's right, he's an unbelievable game changer. 2nd in the league in blocked shots last season. Also posted the 2nd best field goal percentage. The guy can play if he keeps his head squarely on his neck.
Detroit making a switch. Morris is checked in. Here's Drummond. Johnson the screen. To the paint. Back to Drummond. He feeds it to Morris. Unloads from 9. That's good. Morris has got 5. The Heat leading by 4.
And the Miami Heat have finished in the top 2 spots or better in each of the years the big 3 were in town. Last season that changed as they would end up 10th in that Eastern Conference.
Bosch. That doesn't go either for Bosch.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Caldwell Pope dishes to Jennings. Drummond sets the screen for Jennings. Kicks to Morris. Here's Caldwell Pope. Off target from outside. And for the Heat, once the bullies of the Eastern Conference, they had a lot of trouble keeping up with other Eastern Conference teams.
Kevin, they finished 25-27 against the rest of the conference. Played under 500 against the East at home, which really negated their chances for the playoffs. tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
Pulled the shot a little up, but the bounce goes his way. Morris has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Boy, you got to love that nice assist by Jennings.
Dang passes to Bosch. Back to Dang. The kick out to Dragic. Outside Dang. Launches a three, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got 4 assists in the game. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Caldwell Pope kicks to Jennings. The Pistons working the ball around now. Just 5 to shoot. From past the arc. That's good. Jennings has got 9.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that three-point shot attempt right there. Going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for him.
Now here's Wade. He's got 7. Outside Dragic. Bosch, the screen. On the wing, Dang. He's guarded by Johnson. Fires it up. The shot no good. And the Pistons now going the other way. And what a tough position Luol Deng found himself in last year in a small forward swap of sorts. LeBron James goes from Miami to Cleveland. Deng goes from Cleveland to Miami. He had his choice. There was Atlanta that was in the mix there too, but he goes to the Miami Heat. He's bounced around a little bit. But still a very big talent.
He is. You know, he kind of likes following legends. Remember, Scottie Pippen was that great small forward in Chicago, and Luol Deng was the next heir apparent. So he seemed to be pretty comfortable stepping into LeBron's role. Unfortunately, not able to deliver at the same level. And let's face it, the problem is you can't make up for losing the best player in the game, and that's the case here in Miami for Luol.
Now here's Dragic after Dwayne Wade's miss. And here's Dragic. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Gets the 14-footer to fall. And the Heat lead by 6. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Jennings against Dragic. Jennings dishes to Johnson. Morris passes to Caldwell Pope. Clock at 6. Morris with a screen on Wade. Here's Caldwell Pope. That one off the back iron and out.
A little ambitious on that possession, trying to hit a shot in the face of that defensive pressure.
Jennings against Wade. "13 feet away. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Nice shot there without a second to spare.
You know, as a defending team in that situation, it really irks you to give up a shot like that to close out the quarter. You know, oftentimes those end-of-quarter points can be the difference in a ball game.
And the final period of play just about to start. Here's Jackson. On the floor for Miami, starting the fourth. Green is out there with Chalmers. Then it's Dang. Then it's Stoudemire. And it's Winslow in at the small forward position.
Well, they were sleeping on defense. The defense really didn't do its job. I mean, a little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint. That's costly.
And at this stage of a tight game, the tired legs really start to show. A defense becomes vulnerable if you can continue to pound it inside.
Now here's Jackson. Justice Winslow missing his last shot. The drive by Jackson, and it's good.
And boy, did he go straight at the defender on that possession. Didn't bother him at all.
And Chalmers kicks to Winslow. On the wing, Green. Meeks with the steal. Drops in the breakaway layup.
Well, you talk about clutch plays, defensively and offensively. We saw both right there.
And the gap's narrowing right now, Clark. Every second from here on out counts. Neither team can afford to make mistakes. You gotta manage the clock and play smart.
Pistons trail by 4. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, over the break, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He told us guys, I know we can do this, fellas. Let's maximize every possession and get after it and just watch. Things will go our way. Kevin?
Now off the inbound, and Jackson finishes inside.
How about the inbound pass there? Easy bucket.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Detroit Pistons dancers.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Morris. Coach is looking for him to take on a lot of responsibility when they've got the ball, to be a leader at the offensive end. Guys, we'll see how Coach's direction pays off as this one winds down. Kevin?
Thanks, Doris. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Heat.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going and you just want to keep it going.
Yeah, but also give them credit for the layups they've had tonight after strong drives to the basket.
There's a screen. Here's Jackson. Ilyasova, a screen on Chalmers. Jackson passes to Ilyasova. 5 to shoot. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Lets it go from 14. That one wide left.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Now, here's Chalmers. Dang gets a wide open look. Misses the three.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Meeks dishes to Jackson. High arcing shot. Can't get it to go. And Miami the other way now. Green kicks to Chalmers. Stoudemire, the screen. Chalmers with it. Guarded now by Morris. That's good. And the Heat lead by 7.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Jackson against Chalmers. It's Jackson with the drive. Baseline jumper. And there's Ilyasova on the assist by Jackson.
Well, I like the way he orchestrated in tight that time, fellas.
Chalmers passes to Winslow. Stoudemire, the screen. Green kicks to Chalmers. On the wing, Green. He's guarded by Meeks, and Green gets it to go.
How about that cloth soft touch? I mean, just a gentle little teardrop, almost like a falling leaf. A leaf falling down slowly to the ground. Very sweet and colorful, too.
Now here's Jackson. The pass to Ilyasova. Dishes to Baines. Can't get it to go. Now the Heat take it the other way. Now Chalmers. To the middle. Stoudemire, right side. That's good. And now it's a 9-point Heat lead.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
All about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks your coach drew up. Clearly, he's not pleased with all the looks they've given up on the inside, and also to get them to tighten up that defense.
Yeah, and I think he's going to let them know about it. I mean, they're playing some soft interior defense, and you can't win that way. That's a recipe for disaster if you're not going to play with some physicality inside.
Different look here for the Pistons. Andre Drummond's checked in for Aaron Baines. Johnson comes in for Morris. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Meeks. And it's Jennings in for Reggie Jackson. And a new group in for the Heat. Whiteside's checked in for Stoudemire. Wash comes in for Winslow. Dwayne Wade's checked in for Green. And it's Dragic in for Mario Chalmers. Now here's Jennings. Out to the right wing. Over to the left wing. Ilyasova dishes to Johnson. In the corner, Ilyasova with it. Pass to Jennings. It's up a 3. Detroit, no good that time either.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helped them stake this lead.
Here's Wade, and count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this.
Well, Dwayne Wade in this one, he has 11 points and a steal.
On the free throw, no good. Pistons trail by 11. Caldwell Pope passes to Jennings. Tries from 10. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. And 1:01 left in the game. Dragic kicks to Wade. Back to Dragic. Clock at 4. The Heat need to get a shot off. The shot by Wade, wide open. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Wade's got the lead up to 11 now for the Heat. Up top, Jennings. He's guarded by Dragic. Drummond a screen. To the paint. The shot is off. Good work defensively by Whiteside. And Miami can just let the clock run down here. Wade outside. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Dwayne, you had a huge impact on the boards tonight. Was that something you tried to do?
Yeah, Coach told me to rebound. I've been trying to rebound lately, so just trying to get down there and help our big guys out.
You did exactly that, Dwayne. Thank you. Kevin, over to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Craig Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. See you later.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated. And now let's present our Jordan player of the game, Hassan Whiteside. He's not always known to make the big headlines or get a lot of media attention, but he does make the big plays, and he made them throughout this one.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
When you talk about Whiteside, you're talking about a guy capable of putting up 20 every single night. We've seen him do that more than a few times, and he's going to keep doing it. His rebounding is fantastic. He's always around the ball. And his timing is outstanding. This guy has great shot-blocking instincts.
And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just getting started on a new season in the NBA. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. We'll see you again soon.